Stop everything and notice right now. Do you feel it? That sudden wave of dizziness, the floor dropping beneath you, the room gently swaying, or that strange floating sensation while you're completely still. What if this isn't vertigo, inner ear issues, or something wrong with you, but the most exciting sign that your body is recalibrating to surf the quantum field and lock into your highest timeline? If you've been experiencing these spatial shifts and wondering what's happening, breathe easy. This video is about to turn your dizziness into pure wonder and give you the exact tools to navigate it like the sovereign creator you are. Your body knows how to navigate the infinite, even when your mind feels temporarily unmoored. This is one of the most vital, comforting truths you can embrace as you experience the profound spatial shifts of your timeline transfiguration. While your conscious mind may be trying to analyze a sudden wave of dizziness, a feeling of spatial disorientation, or the sensation that the room is gently swaying, your physical body, your vestibular system, your inner ear, your neurological compass, is executing a flawless, highly orchestrated recalibration. It is reorganizing your relationship with gravity, dimension, and physical reality around the new, expansive frequency you have stepped into. And these shifts in your equilibrium, while sometimes disorienting to the logical mind, are not signs that your biology is failing. They are the beautiful, undeniable signs that you are learning to navigate the fluid architecture of the quantum field. A timeline shift is not merely a change in your thoughts. It is a fundamental rewiring of your biological navigation system. For your entire life, your sense of balance has been tethered to the dense, fixed, and rigid physics of the old timeline. It was programmed by the heavy gravitational pull of the third dimension, a reality built on limitation, linearity, and the illusion of absolute solidity. But as you shift your consciousness into a higher, more abundant version of reality, you outgrow this restricted, earthbound anchor. Your physical vessel, the magnificent biological computer through which you experience the cosmos, must download an entirely new operating system for spatial awareness. This transition from navigating a fixed reality to surfing a fluid, multidimensional reality is a breathtaking biological event. As your frequency elevates, your sensory apparatus must adjust to process the intersecting light codes of multiple timelines simultaneously. Understanding the gentle, profound mechanics of this timeline vertigo is essential for moving through this phase of your upgrade with grace, deep self-compassion, and an unshakable trust in the majestic wisdom of your own body. The vestibular upgrade, releasing the gravity of the old world. One of the most commonly reported, yet initially surprising experiences during this biological upgrade is the sudden alteration of your physical equilibrium. You may be standing in your kitchen, completely stationary, when a sudden wave of dizziness washes over you. You might experience the sensation that the floor has gently dropped an inch beneath your feet, or that you are standing on the deck of a boat, moving with the rhythm of an unseen ocean. In the old timeline, these sensations were instantly categorized by the mind as a source of alarm, a signal of illness or imbalance. In your new sovereign reality, this vestibular fluctuation is recognized for what it truly is, a state of profound spatial liberation. Think of your inner ear, the delicate labyrinth of fluid-filled canals that dictates your balance, as the physical anchor that kept you locked into the third dimension. In the old reality, that fluid was dense, perfectly calibrated to the heavy gravity of collective fear and limitation. In the highest timeline, this biological fluid is undergoing a magnificent transmutation. It is being infused with high-frequency photonic light, transforming it into a highly conductive liquid crystalline antenna. The dizziness and the sudden drops you feel are simply the beautiful moments when your biological anchor is being lifted. It is the moment your vestibular system briefly pauses its reliance on terrestrial gravity to lock onto the new crystalline coordinates of your highest timeline. That feeling of unmooring is not a loss of balance. It is a gain of multidimensional mobility. It is a biological zero point, a moment of profound, weightless stillness where the old, heavy coordinates of the matrix are gracefully released. When you feel this sway, your body is asking you to breathe, to soften your knees, and to trust that you are perfectly safe as you learn to float in the quantum field. Spatial fluidity. When the illusion of rigidity dissolves. As your inner ear recalibrates, you will inevitably notice a profound shift in how your visual cortex processes the environment around you. You may experience moments where the hard, defined edges of furniture seem to soften or shimmer with a subtle vibration. You may look down a hallway and feel as though the depth perception has warped, or notice a heat wave distortion in the air even in a cool room. This is not a symptom of failing eyesight. It is the magnificent mechanism of your multidimensional sight coming online. In the survival-based consciousness of the old timeline, your eyes and your balance system worked together to reinforce the illusion that matter is completely solid, fixed, and unchangeable. It was a biological reflection of a world that taught us reality is something that happens to us, something we must navigate defensively. But as the high-frequency light of your new timeline floods your system, the veil of that illusion begins to thin. You are beginning to perceive the energetic truth of physical matter, that it is 99% empty space, vibrating with infinite potential. The visual shimmering and the spatial softening you experience are the physical sensations of your reality becoming fluid. Your brain is no longer forcing the quantum field into a rigid third-dimensional box. It is allowing you to see the breadth of the universe. It takes a tremendous amount of neurological adaptation to process this level of reality. The dizziness that often accompanies this visual shift is the beautiful, growing pain of a mind that is expanding beyond the simulation. Your higher self is softening the physical container of your world so that you can realize how malleable reality truly is. You are not losing your grip on reality. You are finally seeing it clearly enough to shape it. The energetic purge, the graceful emptying of the vessel. The expansion of your navigational architecture does not confine itself to your head and eyes. It travels down the vagus nerve directly into the center of your physical body. Your vestibular system is intimately connected to your digestive tract, and as you experience the fluid motion of the timeline shift, your body may respond with unexpected physical sensations. You may experience sudden bouts of nausea, a feeling of motion sickness while sitting completely still, or a deep, hollow dropping sensation in your stomach. In the highest timeline, your body is a brilliant, self-clearing instrument. This phantom motion sickness is your body's elegant, autonomic method of purging the dense, heavy ballast of the old world. A hot air balloon cannot ascend to higher altitudes if it is weighed down by sandbags. Similarly, your biological vessel cannot comfortably lock into the high-frequency coordinates of your sovereign timeline while your cellular tissue is still holding on to the dense, heavy frequencies of ancestral fear, unworthiness, or survival panic. Your system recognizes that this old emotional density is no longer a match for your current trajectory, and it uses the sensation of vertigo to gently shake it loose. The nausea is the physical sensation of that ancient density detaching from your biology. When this feeling arises, it is an invitation to practice the highest form of self-love, allowing the release without resistance. You do not need to analyze the feeling or reach for synthetic suppressants. This biological purge is an act of profound grace. It is the physical embodiment of the knowing that you are safe enough to empty the vessel, trusting that you are making magnificent space for the limitless levity of your new timeline. Physical echoes of the spatial shift, validating your body's wisdom. The restructuring of your spatial orientation is accompanied by a beautiful symphony of physical responses. As your vestibular system and energy body learn to navigate the quantum field, you may experience bodily sensations that confirm the depth of your transfiguration. It is crucial to view these physical echoes through the lens of deep compassion and awe, recognizing them as the graceful adjustments of a soul expanding into its true, boundless capacity. You may experience profound, alternating fluctuations in how dense your physical body feels. There will be moments when your limbs feel unimaginably heavy, as though a gentle, weighted blanket of gravity has been draped over your entire form, asking you to sink into the floor. Hours later, this heaviness may completely vanish, replaced by a breathtaking sense of levity. You might feel so light that walking feels like floating, as if the earthly gravity has momentarily released its hold on your bones. This is not a sign of physical instability. It is your biological vessel beautifully toggling between the dense anchor of the old timeline and the high-frequency buoyancy of your sovereign reality. Your body is calibrating its new center of gravity, learning how to remain perfectly grounded while simultaneously holding the frequency of light. You may also notice a temporary phenomenon known as spatial lag, where you might feel a sudden, harmless clumsiness. You may reach for a glass and misjudge the distance by a fraction of an inch, or bump your shoulder gently against a door frame you have walked through 1,000 times. In the old paradigm, this would trigger frustration. In the highest timeline, you understand that your energetic body, which is now vast and expansive, is simply moving at a slightly different speed than your physical flesh. Your consciousness is spanning multiple dimensions, and your physical avatar is joyfully catching up. When this spatial lag occurs, it is a gentle, biological invitation to slow down. It is your higher self asking you to move with the deliberate, mindful grace of a master, bringing your full, loving presence back into the present moment. The Alta Major activation awakening your cosmic compass. As your inner ear recalibrates, you will inevitably notice a profound physical sensation at the very back of your neck, specifically at the occipital ridge where your skull meets your spine. You may experience a deep, dull ache, a feeling of localized pressure, or a sensation of heat radiating from the base of your head down into your shoulders. In the old timeline, this was often dismissed as mere tension or the result of poor posture. In your new sovereign reality, this pressure is recognized as the magnificent awakening of your Alta Major chakra. In spiritual anatomy, the Alta Major is known as the multidimensional gyroscope or the mouth of God. It is the energetic gateway through which high-frequency cosmic coordinates enter your nervous system. For much of your life, this center was dormant, leaving you entirely dependent on the physical horizon line and the dense magnetic pull of the earth to orient your consciousness. As the high-frequency light of your new timeline floods your system, this sacred center is coming back online. The profound ache you feel at the base of your skull is the physical sensation of this cosmic compass expanding. It is drawing increased bioelectrical power, generating new energetic pathways, and physically restructuring the fascia of your neck to accommodate a vastly expanded flow of quantum data. You feel pressure because you are finally becoming acutely aware of the infinite directions you are now capable of traveling. The ache is the beautiful, temporary friction of a mind that is learning to navigate by the stars of its own internal universe. Your higher self is stretching your neurological capacity so that you can find your true north, no matter how chaotic the external world may appear. Practical daily rituals supporting your spatial recalibration. The recalibration of your multidimensional balance is a natural, autonomic process guided by the infinite intelligence of your soul. While you cannot rush the integration of these complex spatial codes, you can beautifully support your biological vessel through conscious, intentional practices. These daily rituals are acts of deep reverence, providing your body with the safety and grace it needs to complete its transfiguration. Visual fasting. When the wave of dizziness or spatial softening washes over you, the most loving action you can take is to close your eyes. Your optical nerves consume a massive amount of your brain's processing power as they constantly try to stabilize the physical environment. By gently closing your eyes, you instantly remove the contradictory visual data of the physical room, freeing up that bioelectrical energy so your inner ear can complete its recalibration. Sit or lie down safely, close your eyes, and allow the internal spin to run its course in the peaceful darkness of your own inner sanctuary. The sovereign anchor. When you feel the unmooring sensation of timeline vertigo, practice internal grounding. Instead of reaching out to grab a physical object or bracing yourself against a wall, which reinforces the fear of falling, pull your awareness entirely into your center. Place your hands on your lower abdomen, just below your navel. Breathe deeply into this space, visualizing a brilliant, heavy sphere of golden light resting in your pelvis. You are teaching your nervous system that you do not need the external world to hold you up. Your sovereign energy column is the only anchor you will ever need. Moving like water. During periods of profound spatial transfiguration, alter the way you move your physical body. Avoid sudden jarring movements, rapid standing, or frantic rushing. Imagine that the atmosphere around you is not thin air but warm, heavy water. Move through your day with the slow, fluid, deliberate grace of someone walking waist-deep in a calm ocean. This fluid movement eliminates the energetic whiplash between your physical and energetic bodies, allowing the new spatial coordinates to settle smoothly into your joints and muscles. Hydration for the inner ear. The delicate, crystalline fluid forming within the labyrinth of your vestibular system requires pure, highly structured water to maintain its multidimensional conductivity. During episodes of vertigo, your body's demand for hydration will soar. Drink water consciously and abundantly, recognizing that every drop is the essential raw material your body needs to build its new cosmic compass. Empowering conclusion, you are the unshakable center. As you journey through the beautiful recalibration of your timeline vertigo, remember to treat your physical vessel with the utmost reverence, patience, and awe. You are undergoing a spatial transfiguration that is both deeply ancient and entirely unprecedented. The sudden waves of dizziness, the softening of your visual field, the spatial lag, and the pressure at the base of your skull are all the glorious evidence that you are successfully unbinding your consciousness from the rigid limitations of the physical world. You are no longer required to rely on the dense gravity of the old paradigm to tell you where you belong. You are a biological pioneer, a sovereign creator learning to generate your own center of gravity directly from the core of your being. The physical disorientation you feel is merely the shedding of an outdated navigational system that is now far too limited to guide you through the magnificent, multidimensional reality you are entering. Your body is tirelessly, lovingly rebuilding your vestibular capacity so that you can ride the waves of the quantum field without effort, without nausea, and without fear. Walk gently through your days. Trust the erratic, beautiful, perfect intelligence of your own equilibrium. Know that every time you surrender to the sway, every time you close your eyes to let the room spin, and every time you choose to anchor into your own internal light, You are allowing the upgrade to proceed exactly as it should. You are waking up to the reality of your own godhood, and you are realizing that no matter how the external world tilts, you are always perfectly divinely centered. Affirmation: I honor my body's brilliant ability to navigate the quantum field. I trust the beautiful recalibration of my multidimensional balance. I welcome the shifts in my spatial awareness as undeniable proof that I am expanding beyond the physical illusion. My inner compass is wise, my center of gravity is sovereign, and I am safely, joyfully floating into the limitless grace of my highest timeline. So the next time the room spins or you feel that beautiful unmooring, smile. You're not falling, you're finally learning to fly in the quantum field. If this video brought you peace, understanding, or relief, smash that like button to anchor this activation into your energy. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next protocol that supports your body through these powerful timeline shifts. Drop "I'm floating" or "Timeline Vertigo" activated in the comments. Let's see how many of us are recalibrating right now. Share this with anyone who's been dizzy and confused lately. You could be the one who helps them trust the shift. Thank you for being here, beautiful navigator. Keep trusting your inner compass. You are always safe, always centered, and always exactly where you need to be. I'll see you in the next video. Stay sovereign.